Ladies and gentlemen, to your Week 12 power rankings. It's been a while, but we're back, baby. We're back, all because John put the pressure on the commish. He likes to take jabs, and you know what? The commish felt a little guilty, and he said, you know what? We got to step it up a notch. We're getting back to it. There he goes. Who's that? Oh, that's Dalvin's brother. Let's get it. All right, here we go. So, first things first, since we're going to take a look back since we've missed a couple weeks. Take a look.
I almost picked him up, too.
You know what, John? We're not talking about that right now. Last time we met, Mama and Pawpaw were still in the thick of the top tier playoff spots. They have both lost a bunch straight. Pawpaw is hanging on by a thread. Mama hanging on by a thread. Terrible teams. The other thing the last time we met, Mackenzie was fighting and scrapping and making trades and doing this and that. Mackenzie's on a roll, guys. He's balling out of control. He's got a good squad. He's almost a guaranteed lock for the playoff spot, guys. The other thing I want to talk about is, we got some teams out of the playoff contention, a couple teams. I don't want to mention all of them, but I'll mention a few. Mark Jones. And then, did you guys hear me? Mark Jones is out. He can't even make it to the playoffs, y'all. And then there's one more team, Mark Jones. He's out of it, dude. He owes me $50. So there's a couple more teams, but I can't really remember their names right off the top of my head. So number 3,
I can help you out. I can help you out. Real quick.
No, John. This is no. Commissioner's talking. Okay. I got to give my praise to my guy. Okay, you know he's on the call. I know he's here. He's thinking, is anyone gonna give me some love? And that is Justin Ramirez. Justin Ramirez has been on an absolute tear. Now, did he lose to John? Yes, he has. But we haven't met in a while, so I got to give him his props for the prior weeks. I did a points per game thing in week, I believe, 10. He had averaged at one point 125, 126 points per game for the past couple of weeks. Guy was on a tear. He did have a little lull game. Everyone's down for a lull game. The buys, the injuries, they catch up on you in 1 week. Take that lull game, and then you move forward, okay? Take your punches. Let's get to what we've all been waiting for. Let's just get straight to it, ladies and gentlemen. Straight to it. Let's hear the noise. We haven't heard it in a while. I was practicing before y'all got here on my kick moves. Telling you, I just match up with the tone, and we're good to go. All right. Number 1. No surprise here. No surprise. Number 1 in the drunk tier. They're drunk with power. Number 1, Waddle House. He's 8-4, number 1 seed. He has averaged 104 points per game. That is the most I can remember this deep into the league. Normally, we're hovering around 90. Maybe the top player gets about 98, 97. 104. Dude's been balling out of control consistently. Last week, again, took a loss. 2 losses to John. How many, John? He's got to unmute himself. How many, John?
2, baby.
2, baby. 2 losses to John. All right. Talk your mess, John. Number 2 in the drunk tier. The last 2 teams in the drunk tier. Suddenly pierced legs. I'm not going to lie to you guys. David's team, kind of legit at 6-6, 101 points per game. Oh, I didn't mention this. We're going to talk about their wild card. Your wild card player that can swing you into the playoffs or deep in the playoffs. So for Justin, that would be Mike Williams. If Mike Williams just ever can be healthy for like 4 games in a row, he will help Justin. For David, that's Deontay Foreman. Who would have thunk Deontay Foreman a vital piece to a playoff contender here? All right. Number 3 in the tipsy tier. Now, a lot of people are in the tipsy tier. They're getting drunk. They're sipping on whatever they like. Maybe cranberry vodka, maybe Jack and Daniels and a Coca-Cola. Whatever you like, they're sipping on it. They're in the bar. They're getting frisky, but they're not drunk with power just yet. Number 3, Daxme Johnson, 7-5. Guy's been balling out of control. 96.9 points per game. His wild card, if Cam Akers can just find his groove on the Rams, get some garbage time points, maybe score 15 points per game. That's a plug-and-play flex right there, ladies and gentlemen. Number 4, I have given no respect to this team all year. None whatsoever. The team is 8-4. The point average is 89.7, up and down. Got 3 important players on his team. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. That is it. 3 important players. That would be in the nick of time. Nick Chubb carrying this squad as far as they possibly can. The wild card here is everyone knows Kyler Murray is a jerk. Everybody on the planet knows he is an a-hole. Can Kyler Murray get this man some points? Okay, that's really the key. Number 5. This is a tough one. This is where the dip starts to happen, where you're feeling tipsy and I don't know yet. All right? Now you see me. Now you don't. 7-5, 91.9 points per game. Juju Smith-Schuster. If that boy can get healthy, knock off the concussion, no CTE here, and score himself some touchdowns, we got Juju Smith-Schuster, plug-and-play wide receiver 2, okay, on a very dangerous offense. Number 6, I almost wanted to put him higher. I believe in his squad. He's a dangerous squad. Don't worry about the points per game just yet because my man has been balling out of control. Let the Saints say Amon. 7-5. This dude started off with his wheels off his car altogether. He had to repair them mid-drive, okay? Put wheels on his tire mid-drive, okay? And I'm telling you, the guy did it. 7-5, 94.8 points. DeAndre Swift, big wild card. Jamal Williams gets hurt. Jamal Williams doesn't get the goal line touches. DeAndre Swift coming in there, maybe 15, 20 points per game. Detroit likes to run the ball. Number 7, the Cheetah always wins, all right? The Cheetah always wins. 5-7. This lady was dominating earlier in the league. Dominating. She was irresistible. I had to put her at the top earlier in the league. She is now number 7 in the tipsy tier. It's the first time my grandma's ever been tipsy. 100 points per game. The Cheetah always wins. Her big wild card is Tony Pollard. Can he be the stud back? Is he a 20-point per game back? She can climb her way in the playoffs if Tony Pollard gets himself right. Then number 8, again, fighting for a playoff berth here. Not necessarily fighting that much, but I'm going to give it to Red Solo Cup. Red Solo Cup, number 8. I got to give him his due. He's probably going to be a lock for the playoffs right now. 79.1 points per game. That's substantially lower than everybody else. That is due to some absolute stinkers of a game. 40-point game, 50-point game on a red. If this guy just gets some consistent 80 to 90-point games, maybe he pulls out a couple of victories. For him and him alone, yes, did this guy get Deshaun Handjob Watson? Yeah, he did. He got Deshaun, that guy, okay? Now, dude, he picked him up, so that's his wild card. And we all know why he's a wild card. Because if you rub his leg too much, he might, you know what I mean. All right, here we go. Number 9 in the number 3 tier, a.k.a. the sober tier. These are the sober teams. We have been sober for months now, and we're really feeling it. And we're craving for some booze, but we can't find none nowhere. And we are sober as dry as a bone, okay? Michael Schaefer. This man, let me turn off this music because this is getting sober right now, okay? This man started off 5-0. 5 and mother... Oh, okay. 5-0. Then he ends up losing 7 straight, ladies and gentlemen. 7 straight. 83 points per game. Started off like gangbusters. I really thought the logic of his draft was going to work the whole year. He got Josh Allen. He got Jonathan Taylor. He got Bills defense. All these number 1 players on the team. There's a fight going on in the background. So I would say his wild card spot is Josh Allen. Josh Allen's got to put up a couple 40-pointers, which he's not doing so well right at the moment, but a couple 40-point games might propel him to stay in the playoff hunt, but he is close to actually just digging himself. At 5-0, you could have guaranteed he's a lock for the playoffs. I mean, all you needed was maybe 7 wins for the playoff. He needed 2 more wins, and he couldn't get them. 0-7, ladies and gentlemen. That's a terrible, terrible way to end your season. Also in the sober tier, we will talk about it. We will, okay? 3, 4, and 8 teams, all eliminated from the playoffs. We'll just go through them very quickly. Chasing away the demons, Dobbin Bullets, and Can You Dig It? All right? They are all averaging about 85, 88, and then you got down to Can You Dig It? 77. That is the lowest in the league, 77. He has been terrible all year long. Some wild card players for them to make some upsets to pull some people out of the playoffs might actually happen. Kadarius Toney, Gabe Davis, Taysom Hill. Now we're going to on to the bowl predictions for this week. Kamish has been on fire with his bowl predictions. I believe he is 12-4, quietly hanging around in the background. I've been doing my predictions. They're not always public, but they are private sometimes. But I have been doing my bowl predictions. Guys been balling out of control. My noggin works for that. It doesn't work for actual fantasy. Chasing away the demons. Number 10, over. I'm betting on myself this week, making the upset. Waddle House. He might actually, as a great team as he is, he might actually get a lower seed than number 1, which is kind of crazy. Number 7, the cheetah always wins. Over suddenly pierced legs. What does that mean? Number 1 and number 2 go down this week. David would be on the hot seat for the playoffs, even though he has a really good team. So I appreciate all of y'all joining. When I say all of y'all, I mean my 3 longtime, people. Justin's only here because he's number 1 and he knows it. Normally we got David. It's usually a David John Papa type of video here, but appreciate it. Watch the game. Enjoy. Kamish signing off.
See you.